President Trump earlier today and just minutes ago word that Judge Kavanaugh will testify publicly on Capitol Hill on Monday. The White House also releasing a statement just a short time ago saying Judge Kavanaugh looks forward to a hearing where he can clear his name of this false allegation. He stands ready to testify tomorrow if the Senate is ready to hear him. But with me now to help break it all down, Beverly Hallberg, president of District Media Group, Democratic strategist Robin Biro, and Ford O'Connell, chairman of the Civic Forum PAC. Beverly, let me start with you. There are just so many different parts to this saga and this new soap opera that's developed overnight. What do you make of it all?
Well, I'm glad that we are going to be able to hear from both individuals on Monday. I think it's important for all of us to have clarity. But regardless of what comes out on Monday, I think the question that the president raised just a few minutes ago, and I think we're all asking, is why are we just hearing about this now? These are serious allegations. And there is a victim in this, whether this is because Professor Ford is telling the truth and this happened to her, or whether these are false allegations against somebody who is trying to serve his country as a Chief Justice. So I hope as time goes on and we take a look at this, we have clarity. But we need to ask, why did Senator Feinstein hold on to this for so long? Because if there is any proof at all that this is politically motivated, I also think this is extremely damaging to the Me Too movement and women who have been attacked and women that we do want to protect. So all the way around, I think the question is, why do we only know now? You know,
Robin, it does feel like Senator Feinstein had this letter. Maybe put it in, the nuclear option in case of emergency, break glass, last minute kind of thing. She sat on it for a very long period of time, and then when she even talked about it, it was very cryptic. So it is what it is. We're in a difficult period in this country. We're all on edge about this, and we want to talk about it in a way that's respectful, but by the same token, ask obvious questions that we're thinking about.
Exactly. These are very serious allegations, and the president's words were actually really good because he himself said that he wants this to be done the right way. And just today we learned that he is not opposed to a delay so that we can get more information on this because it does really have to be done the right way. And nobody is blaming the victim. That's really good. But, this happened 36 years ago. Brett Kavanaugh says that he wasn't even at this party. Just headed to the midterms, my concern is for, just as you said in the lead to the segment, Charles, I'm concerned about having an open seat headed to the midterms. I think that's going to be damaging to Democrats if we can't secure this vacancy, because evangelicals will hold their nose and vote for Donald Trump if there's a vacancy, in my humble opinion, Charles.
Ford, what are your thoughts?
Well, let me take a step back here. I think that if a single unsubstantiated allegation involving minors in high school can derail a Supreme Court nomination, that sets a very dangerous precedent going forward. But I
will say, let me just jump in because Kavanaugh's lawyer is saying that Ford, Christine Ford, who's making the allegations, believes that the alleged attack was attempted rape. So, I mean, attempted rape should, if you're in high school, attempted rape, I don't think we overlook if that was the case.
Look, I think the allegations are very serious, and I do think we need to follow a process, as the White House suggests, making sure that she's not insulted and that she's actually heard, and we also hear from Brett Kavanaugh. But at the same time, I'm really concerned about Feinstein holding this the 11th hour. She says she did it for the victim or the accuser's privacy in this case, and we know that there are other ways to do it, including behind closed doors. The problem here that I'm smelling, at least at this juncture right now, is that Democrats aren't interested in getting the truth of the matter. They're interested in delaying the entire process, and I think that hurts all of Americans, both Kavanaugh and the accuser Ford as well.
Beverly, there's no doubt politics are playing a major role in this, and there are just a handful of, I think, senators who are in play with this, because ultimately it's going to be a gut, right? You're going to listen to both of them, and as a senator, you're going to decide who, I guess, you believe. It's going to have to be a gut feeling, and I think a lot of that's going to be clouded or masked by ideological feelings already.
Absolutely. And when we take a look at this, you do have the other individual who is named in this, Mr. Judge, who said that this never happened either. So how are you going to even corroborate this evidence? You're talking about something, as you just mentioned, that's from 36 years ago. There's already some conflicting evidence as far as when she talked to this woman. Professor Ford did talk to her therapist about this. It's like, how do you actually prove this? I think when you get to innocent, making sure that somebody is innocent, or saying they're innocent before they're found guilty is important. And so I think this does just have a cloud over the whole entire process. And I actually think that's very sad for the state of the United States. I think this is going to further motivate people to be more frustrated with government,
Right.
more frustrated with partisan politics.
Folks, I got to let you go.